There is a question that lives inside you. You did not choose it. You did not invite it. It simply appeared one day, quietly, like a stranger who moved into your house without permission. And now it refuses to leave. It wakes you at 2 in the morning when the world is asleep. It whispers to you when you scroll through your phone. It stings you when you see someone else's success announcement. It sits on your chest when you lie in bed staring at the ceiling. And its words are always the same: when will I? When will my turn come? When will I make it? When will I be enough? When will my life finally begin? Tonight, I am not going to run from that question with you. I am not going to comfort you with soft words and tell you to stop asking it. No, tonight, I am going to sit down beside that question with you, and I am going to show you something about it that you have never been told. That question is not your enemy. That question is not a weakness. That question is fire. And by the end of this speech, you will decide one of two things: whether that fire will burn you to ashes or whether that fire will light your path. Let me take you back to the night this question was born inside a young man's heart. He was standing on his rooftop at 2 in the morning. The city stretched out beneath him, and every window was a small glowing light. And to his tired eyes, every light looked like somebody else's success. Someone was celebrating, someone was arriving, someone was becoming, and he was standing on a rooftop going nowhere. And then, from somewhere deep inside him, sharper than ever before, the question rose up: when will I? Everyone is moving. Where am I? And for the very first time in his life, he understood something profound about that question. That question does not visit empty hearts. That question does not appear in the souls of people with no potential. It only rises inside people who feel, deep down, that they were made for something more. This is turning point 1, and I want you to hear it and hold it. The very fact that this question torments you is the proof that you were not built for a small life. People without potential do not lie awake asking, when will I? They simply sleep. If this question keeps knocking on your door, it is because there is something inside you that is trying to get out. That restlessness is not a curse. It is the first smoke of a fire that is already burning inside you. And smoke means there is something real underneath. But here is what happened next to that young man. After that night, 2 roads opened up in front of him, and he did not know it yet. But every single person listening to me right now is standing on the exact same crossroad. The first road was the road of comfort. Close the social media. Stop comparing yourself. Tell yourself, everything is fine. I am okay. I do not need to chase anything. Numb the question. Bury it. Pretend it never came. The second road was the road of action. Take that same restless fire and use it as fuel. Start something today. Move today. Answer the question with your hands, not your tears. And for 6 long months, this young man did neither. He stood frozen on the crossroad, caught between the 2 roads, refusing to choose. And what he learned during those 6 months is one of the hardest truths in life. The most painful place in the world is not the wrong road. The most painful place in the world is the middle of the crossroad, where you refuse to commit to any direction at all. This is turning point 2, and I need you to feel it in your bones. Every day that you refuse to decide is itself a decision. Every day you tell yourself, I'll figure it out later. You are choosing paralysis and calling it patience. The answer to when will I is not hiding in the universe somewhere. It is hiding inside your next decision. And the decision to not decide is the most expensive decision of all, because you pay for it with days that will never come back. Then, one night, our young man made the mistake many of you are making right now, at this very moment, without even realizing it. He chose the poison road first. He opened his phone. He scrolled Instagram. And there it was, a whole parade of other people's highlights. One friend in Dubai, another buying a car, another announcing a marriage, another launching a business, another posting a beautiful family photo. Every swipe took a small piece of his heart, and by the end of the night, he was saying the sentence that has ended more dreams than any failure ever could. I will never be able to do this. It is not written for me. Maybe I was just born for less. He cried that night not only for where he was, but for the dreams he had once believed in. He woke up the next morning broken, exhausted, and did absolutely nothing. And then he did it again, and again, and again. This continued for months, and slowly, painfully, he understood something that most people never understand about depression. Depression does not always come from the outside. Very often, depression is what happens when you answer an inner question with the wrong answer for too long. The question, "When will I?" had a right answer inside him, but he kept giving it the wrong one. This is turning point 3, and this is the road most of you are walking right now without knowing it. Please hear me. Comparing yourself to other people's highlight reels while you are living inside your own behind the scenes is the greatest cruelty you can inflict upon yourself. You are not seeing their sleepless nights. You are not seeing their rejections. You are not seeing their fear, their debt, their loneliness, their family fights, their 5 failed attempts before the one that finally worked. You are seeing a single, edited, filtered second of their life, and you are measuring your entire 24 hours against it. Of course you feel behind. Of course you feel small. Of course you feel like your turn will never come, because you are running a race against a mirage. Put the phone down, my friend. Not tomorrow. Tonight. Put it down long enough to remember who you actually are, not who the algorithm keeps telling you that you are failing to become. Now, let me tell you what finally happened to our young man. One morning, he stood in front of a mirror, and for the first time, something inside him shifted. He looked at his own eyes and said out loud, "Enough. From today, I will not answer this question with waiting anymore. I will answer it with action." He picked up his phone. He uninstalled Instagram. He took out a plain notebook, nothing fancy, nothing beautiful, and he wrote one sentence at the top of the first page. From today, 90 days. And Buddha, one small thing, not a giant plan, not a fancy business, not a complicated strategy. Just one thing, 1 hour a day, every day, on the skill he actually wanted to build. That was it. 1 hour. That same restlessness which used to steal his sleep at night now started waking him up at 5 in the morning with purpose. The same fire that had been burning him to ashes now started lighting his path. This is turning point 4, and this is the shift I want every single one of you to make tonight. Do not treat your restlessness like an enemy. Do not try to kill it, drown it, or medicate it away. Restlessness, in the right hands, is the most powerful engine a human being can carry. Put it in the driver's seat of your life, but keep the steering wheel in your own hands. Let the fire burn, but you decide which direction it moves. 30 days later, something happened that seemed small to the outside world, but was the biggest earthquake of his life on the inside. A small result arrived. Not fame, not fortune, not a life-changing moment for anyone else. Maybe it was one completed project. Maybe it was one first client. Maybe it was one honest compliment from someone who noticed his work. To the world, it was nothing. To him, it was everything. Because, for the first time, the answer to "when will I?" came not from the sky, not from a motivational video, not from someone else. It came from inside his own chest. And the answer was, "I can. I actually can." He cried again that night, but these tears were different. These were not the tears of comparison. These were the tears of a person coming home to himself after being lost for many years. This is turning point 5, and I want you to understand something crucial about small wins. Small wins matter more than big wins, because small wins are the ones that give you belief, and once belief walks into a human heart, nothing in this world can stop what that human being becomes. You do not need a miracle. You need one small proof, produced by your own hands, that tells you "I can." And after that, Everything else is just repetition. 6 months later, our young man found himself back on the same rooftop where the question was first born. The same city stretched out beneath him. The same lights glowed in the same windows. And exactly as before, the question rose up inside him, when will I? But this time, something was completely different. This time, the question did not hurt. This time, the question excited him, because now he knew the answer a little bit every single day. The question had not changed. His relationship with the question had changed. Where it once felt like poison in his veins, it now felt like fuel in his engine. He smiled at the night sky and said quietly to himself, when will I? A little today, a little tomorrow, a little every day, and that is enough. This is Turning Point 6, and it may be the deepest truth in this entire speech. Sometimes the questions of your life do not change. What changes is who you become in front of them. The same question that used to break you can one day build you if you become a different person while carrying it. You do not need a new question. You need a new relationship with the old one. 2 years later, this young man stood in front of a small audience, not thousands, not millions, just a small room of people who wanted to hear him speak. People called him successful now. But inside, he knew he was still on the road, still becoming. In that small audience, sitting quietly in the back row, was a young man who looked exactly like he used to look 2 years ago. Restless, broken, filled with the same tormenting question. After the talk, that young man came up to him with tears in his eyes and asked, "Sir, I ask myself this question every single day. When will I? When will my turn come?" And our man smiled softly, put his hand on the young man's shoulder, and said, "Brother, your time is coming. But please, do me one favor. Do not let that question become poison inside you. Turn it into fuel. And one day, promise me, you will say these same words to someone else who is standing exactly where you are standing tonight." This is Turning Point 7, and this is where I want to leave you. The real victory in this life is not just answering your own question. The real victory is turning your fire into a light that helps someone else find their way through the same darkness you once walked through. The pain you are feeling right now, this restlessness, this longing, this sleepless, when will I, is not a punishment. It is a preparation. It is preparing you to be someone who, one day, will look into the eyes of another broken young person and say the exact sentence that will save their life, because you will have earned that sentence with your own tears. And now, I turn to you. Yes, you. You who are listening to me tonight with that same question sitting quietly in your chest. You know exactly what I am talking about, because you have been carrying it for months, maybe for years. You ask it in the shower. You ask it before you sleep. You ask it every time you scroll through your phone. When will I? When will I? When will I? Let me tell you what to do with that question. Once and for all, do not run from it. Do not medicate it. Do not pretend it does not exist. Do not bury it under distraction, entertainment, food, sleep, or endless scrolling. Sit with it. Look at it. And then decide. Decide tonight, before you sleep, which of the two roads you are going to take. The road of comparison, which will slowly turn your fire into poison and hollow you out from the inside until nothing is left. Or the road of action, which will take that same fire and turn it into the light that guides not only your own path, but the path of every person who will one day look at you and quietly ask themselves, if they could, then why not me? The question inside you is not going to leave. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not next year. It is going to stay with you for the rest of your life, in one form or another. So the only real choice you have is what you feed it. Feed it comparison, and it will eat you alive. Feed it action, and it will build you into someone your younger self would kneel down and cry to meet. So I ask you tonight, one final time, when will I? Do not wait for the universe to send you the answer. Do not wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, or the perfect motivation. The answer has been waiting for you all along, and it is only three simple words, spoken by you, to you. Tonight, a little today, a little today, and a little tomorrow, and a little the day after, and one day, without even noticing when it happened, you will look up and realize that your turn did not come because you were too busy taking it. So burn, my friend, but burn as a candle, not as ashes. Let that fire inside you light every room you walk into for the rest of your life. And the next time that question rises inside your chest at 2 in the morning, do not cry. Smile, because now you know exactly what it is. It is not your enemy. It is not your weakness. It is not your poison. It is your fuel. And the day you decide that, truly decide it, is the day the answer to when will I finally arrives. Because the answer, my beautiful friend, has always been the same. The answer is now, now, now.